Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Star Wars The Old Republic Sith Warrior Edition, and we're just about to talk to the Hollow Terminal.
You're here! The anticipation fills my veins with fire. I feel 100 years younger. I can't wait to see Darth Barras' face when I introduce you to the Dark Council.
We can end the suspense right now.
Meet me in the antechamber to the Dark Council. No one will dare to obstruct you on your way there.
Yes, an almost immediate Hollow Terminal call, mainly because I thought to myself, okay, I'm just going to travel to Korriban, see if anything's up, in other words, see if there's any other Hollow Terminal calls that I need to take, and apparently there was, so yeah, that was kind of unexpected, but anyway, I am now going to be making my way to Korriban and the Sith Academy, I suppose, and we're going to be using Jacer, I think. We're going to be using Jacer for this. I think she might have some interesting things to say. Unfortunately, I think on Corellia, one of you did actually say that Jacer had something to say, but unfortunately, I think I already did the mission that she would have said something on, and it would have been really cool, but unfortunately, that was not the case. We're riding on Jeff once more. He's hungry for Darth Barras, isn't he? Yes, he is. He very much is, and I, unfortunately, well, that's the thing, I didn't really think that I needed to level up any further, so level 47 is going to have to be it, and also I have not remodded my gear, so this is technically a good representation of how someone that has just made their first character and has pretty reasonable gear just from the story missions is going to handle this, because obviously you're not, as the initial character, you're not initially going to have extremely good gear or anything. Obviously, if you do mod and you do buy some of the gear that you can get with the common data crystals from the fleet, then obviously you're going to have actually a pretty decent set of adaptive armor, and you're going to be able to mod that however you like, and you're probably going to have a pretty good time with that, and you might even be stronger than I am right now. But the fact is that I just wanted to have sort of a bit of a more difficult time of things. It's actually not going to be that difficult, because obviously Jacer is going to heal us no problem at all, and it's actually going to be pretty easy. Hilariously enough, I probably should train. I haven't trained since I was level 30, I think. So we might have a couple of things. Bloodthirst, that is not good for me. That's more for raids and things, and that's actually pretty good. So I'm going to change that with Ravage, because Vicious Throw is actually really nice, and I do have an additional skill, I believe, that I just acquired. Oh, I don't have that yet. I don't have that yet. That is next level. That is level 48. So hopefully, I'm actually going to gain level 48 on the way there. Here we are, the upper level of the Sith Academy and the phase. Let us head in and speak.
Darth Vowron, Lord Rathari.
Lord Rathari found me and expressed his wish to be here. A passionate young man.
I told you I'd have your back when you faced Barras. I want to hear him scream.
Your wish is about to come true.
Rathari's presence will show the rest of the Dark Council that you have Sith support. Barras has called a special session of the Council to make his claim as the Emperor's voice official. I'm fashionably late. Your former master and the most powerful Darths in the galaxy await. The play is yours.
I will lead the way. I want to be the first thing Barras sees.
By all means.
Ooh, do you see that? And now everything comes to fruition, including us making Lord Rathari a minion of ours. Here he is. He's actually coming to help us. Now, isn't that amazing? I think that's really, really cool. Darth Vowron obviously is going to hang back a little bit, but apparently we have no enemies to fight at all. I was hoping for maybe a couple of random NPCs for us to gain a little bit of experience, but it's not necessary. I have a feeling that if we are going to be destroying Darth Barras here, it's going to be one of the greatest fights that Xenon has ever faced, but we will overcome it, no doubt.
That had better be Darth Vowran coming through those doors.
I'm Darth Vowran's personal guide and bodyguard.
Interesting.
This isn't the time for one of your games, Vowron.
I am the Emperor's wrath, chosen by the Supreme Master himself. I know his will, and Barras is not the voice.
Listen to truth, my fellows. You are the victims of a ruthless and deceitful power grab.
Vowran, for whatever reason, greed, jealousy, you've refused to accept reality. This is a desperate attempt. Hear me, Dark Council. This child is not our Emperor's wrath. He is Vowran's illusion. The Emperor will inform me what is to be done with Vowran. For now, assist me in destroying this rabble.
Don't hide behind the Council, coward.
Fine. Let us swat this gnat and move on.
No. Barras claims to be the voice. This lord claims to be the wrath. I will not provoke the Emperor. The one who lives speaks truth.
Fine. The Master will grant the slave's last wish. The Emperor calls for your death. Attack me if you dare.
I grant you the first shot, Pretender. The Dark Council will see I can withstand whatever you dish out.
You have no idea of my power.
Oh, I think we do. I think we do. And he's... this is the reason why I was talking about...
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's actually kind of amusing. That is actually... that is really quite hilarious, isn't it? Okay, so we're gonna see what we can do about eliminating Darth Barras, but this is what I was talking about in a previous episode when we were in that phase that scaled us down to level 18. Yeah. Do you see what I mean? So, this is... it's kind of a bit disappointing. Mainly because I know that when you are outside a phase, the planet and the public spaces on it should be with a level 12 scaling. That's perfectly fine, because everyone on the planet should be level 12 or lower. You know, that's perfectly fine. But scaling in a phase, in my opinion, should be to your level, or at least 2 levels lower. So for example, 45. I think 45 to 50 should be the scaling in the phase, especially when you are that level. You know, if you're 45 to 50, then it's perfectly fine. Just as though we were in that other phase and we went through that very easily. If you recall, with Lord Drag, we rescued him and eliminated Darth Vengeance and things like that. So if you remember that, then that's what I'm talking about here as well, because Darth Barras literally died so fast because he's level 12. That's all it is. If he was level 45 or 50, he would be a much more difficult adversary. But I can assume that he's probably going to be coming back again and again like Lord Drag did, most likely, isn't he?
Had enough, child? Can you feel your grip on life slipping? Why persist in this futile gesture of vengeance? Let go. Embrace your death.
You seem to be breathing as hard as I am.
You look the worse for wear to me. Your champion is failing, Vowran, and you'll be next.
Is that coming from you or from the Emperor, Barras? It's hard to tell the difference.
Don't mock me, fop! Your patron just ensured your suffering will be epic, youngster. Now die!
Alright, apparently you want to fight again. Now this is what's also quite amusing. I actually think I would be able to kill him without Jace's help. I haven't even been... I've been healed like once, I think. I've been healed once by her. I think I could literally unsummon her and it would still be this kind of outcome. Even if it isn't, I could technically, I think, probably use Force Choke on him, stun him, and then use some Undying Rage. Just literally, there's so many tools for me to use to survive. And especially because his damage is very, very low. Oh, okay, well. Anyway, I think that the story is very, very powerful and very strong, but the actual combat itself, well, that's not so much. But that is what Star Wars: The Old Republic is all about. It's all about the story. The gameplay is not necessarily its strongest aspect, but if you enjoy the gameplay as well as the story, then you're going to have a really fun time. Anyway, let's speak to him again.
You're depleted, Barras. You hover a breath away from destruction.
No! My powers abandon me!
Beg me to let you live.
I call upon the Dark Council to kill this fool! Now! The Emperor commands it! Darth Maul, strike on the Emperor's behalf, or suffer his disfavor!
I believe I'll take my chances.
Ravage! Has your sense left you as well? Defend me! Defend the voice!
I will not stand in the path of the Emperor's wrath.
You think you've won? You think you can silence the Emperor's true voice? Deliver the death blow then! From beyond darkness, I shall strike at you! Someday, vengeance will be mine!
I wash the galaxy clean of you.
I cannot die!
At last, the end of Barras. The air clears and my lungs breathe deeply again. You have proven that you are truly touched by the Emperor. The Dark Council knows that the Emperor's wrath has free reign.
You are acknowledged, Wrath. Your actions will not be challenged as long as they do not contradict our own.
You are answerable only to our ultimate master.
I look forward to aiding the Dark Council in its most critical matters.
Then our power has heightened. Let the enemies of the Empire tremble. The Emperor's wrath shall consume them all.
What an epic end to an amazing story. I gotta say, I am very, very proud of Zanin, and in general, I'm just extremely happy that the Sith Warrior story turned out this way, because, I mean, it couldn't really go anywhere else, could it? After Barras betrayed us, this was the only logical conclusion, and what a conclusion. What a conclusion it was. I actually really like this story a lot. I actually really like this story a lot. Now, I say that basically every time, but whenever I play a class story, and whenever it's this good, I'm always just blown away, and it's actually like that a lot, and that's just a testament to the writing that BioWare has been able to pull off here, because in every single class that I've played so far, there are always those moments where you're just like, what? What actually just happened there? That's amazing, you know? Or, ooh, that's cool. You know, there's so many cool moments, and I can't even name them all, but there are so many cool moments. I actually think that my first 2 playthroughs, series, whatever you want to call them, of the Trooper and the Inquisitor, even though they are technically my most popular series, I don't think I did them justice. I think I did the Inquisitor one a little bit better than the Trooper, but the Trooper was my first foray into Star Wars: The Old Republic after a very, very long break indeed, because obviously I quit playing Star Wars: The Old Republic in 2012 because I didn't have enough time, money, or whatever it was at the time. I can't remember now, but the fact is that I quit shortly after it was released, and then I came back to it, and that's when I started the series, of course, and I had no idea what was going on in the game at all, and so it was a little bit weird, and I'm not entirely sure why this has now devolved into story time with Reformist. It seems to have gone that way, but anyway, the point is that I feel like I didn't do the Trooper class justice, even though I feel like at the time I was reacting from the heart. I wasn't really thinking too much about my choices. I went dark side, I went light side, I went neutral, I went all over the place, and I didn't really have any kind of game plan as to what I would select. So, if you have seen the Trooper, then you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, and if you want to watch it, then obviously just be prepared for that, because some people do get a little bit irritated with my choices in that series, and that's a bit of a shame, because I feel like it actually does end up being quite an amusing and entertaining one, but that's just me. I'm biased. It's me. So, you know, obviously it's my series, so I'm going to say that. But anyway, if you would like to see any other series, then you can find that on my main channel page. If you just scroll down, there are huge amounts of playlists, and there's a playlist called Star Wars: The Old Republic. It's actually not a playlist, it's more of a sub-menu that you can click on, and it will then show you all of the playlists that are to do with Star Wars: The Old Republic, and there is the Inquisitor, the Trooper, the Imperial Agent, and many others, as well as the series also being created by my wife Victoria, and she is currently still playing a Sith Inquisitor, I believe. Yes, a Sith Inquisitor. That's actually pretty cool, because Zaynash obviously is one. And I thought it was actually kind of amusing that Darth Thanaton was actually on the Dark Council right there. And obviously, I'm not going to spoil anything, but Darth Thanaton is obviously quite a person. Yes, quite a person in the Sith Inquisitor story. So anyway, thank you very much for watching this entire series. I really appreciate it. A new class will be coming soon. I have no idea which class. I kind of do. I'm lying. I kind of do know which class, because there's only two to select from. The Smuggler or the Consular. But yeah, I just very much appreciate all of your support for all of these Star Wars series, and I thank you for joining me along this journey. And if you would like to watch any others, then obviously I've already mentioned that you can go to my main channel page and you can find some there. Anyway, stay tuned, I suppose. Stay tuned for the next series to begin, which will begin very soon, I think. Very soon, probably in the next day or two. So I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Oh, and yes. I just did my outro, and I forgot to mention one other thing. There are going to be episodes of the companion conversations. So we're going to be starting with Vet. I obviously still have to do her companion quest. We're going to do that on screen next time as well. So the next episode will be concentrating only on Vet, and then the episode after that will finish up Malavai Quinn's conversations, and then we'll have a talk with Pierce, then we'll have a talk with Jacer, and then we'll have a talk with Brunmark. That will all be their separate episodes, so everyone knows where they can find the specific conversation. So yeah, there we go. I'm done. I am done. I'm out of here.